or no answers?
I think so.
And Alex Rochon! Marissa Lenti! And Amanda Hufford! Let's get this going. We got a good energy in the crowd today. So, starting right off, what was your favorite episode of Amazing Digital Circus?
It's an easy one. It's episode 4. I'm biased.
Of the ones that have
You're
aired so
correct.
far?
Yeah.
Episode 4 is the correct answer. We were, as much as I love you and your performance is everything to me and you're fantastic. I love episode 3 because I'm a spooky guy.
Yes.
And also Sean makes me cry every time.
I would also have to say 3. I love Zubul and Caine's therapy session. I adore everything involving Pomni and Caine, or Kinger in that episode. That actually got me close to tears first time I saw it.
Only
It was,
close?
Came right up to the tears.
Yeah.
Right up to them.
We'll work on that.
Yes.
Yes.
No, episode 3. Episode 3 is a really good one. Episode 3 and 4 are both like fantastic in different ways, but
Yeah.
honestly, the more I sit on it, the more I think episode 3 is just such a good episode.
Yeah.
So strong.
Love it.
Kinger's just such a good character too.
So how did you all come about the Amazing Digital Circus? Like, what was the behind the scenes like, this would be awesome?
Huh?
Yeah.
So we got auditions.
Oh, that's
Yes.
a question.
Yeah, the auditions. Like, how did that come behind?
We got auditions, and we were allowed to read for any of the characters from episode 1. I skipped Pomni, but I read for Ragatha, Zubul, Gangle, and the Gloink Queen. And I really didn't think I had a shot at Gangle. I thought any of the other 3, I was like, those are my safe ones, and then here's Gangle for fun. And that's the one I ended up getting, and I'm really, really pleased about it, because it's not the kind of character I get to play very often. You hear what I normally sound like. I don't sound like Gangle. So I mean, I loved it. And I didn't even know it was gonna be such a big deal. I was just like, oh my god, I finally get to do an indie animation. I had never gotten to do one before. I mostly do anime and video games, and I was just like, I don't care if it becomes popular, I don't care, I just want to be in an indie animation. And then the one I happened to get was Amazing Digital Circus.
Amazing. Amazing.
I also auditioned for pretty much everybody. I don't think I did the Gloink Queen. I think that was the only one I didn't do. But I did Pomni, I did Gangle, I did Zubul and Ragatha. And I knew, in my heart of hearts, I know what my archetype is. I knew that I was going for the mom friend. I can't possibly imagine why. But I also thought there was a decent chance of Zubul, because again, just like Marissa said, I mean, I live down here all the time and I kind of just don't care about anything, whatever. I thought there was a decent chance of that. But Ashley, of course, blew it out of the water as Zubul. Absolutely phenomenal. I wouldn't change a single thing. Everybody is so perfectly cast, and I think everybody on the cast is so much like their characters, except for Michael. He's the sweetest person in the entire world. He's nothing like Jax at all. I don't care what anybody tries to say.
No.
He's lying to you. Don't let him lie. He's a sweetie pie. He's a little sugar pumpkin.
So for my story, how many of you have heard of Deltarune? So a few years ago, chapter 2 came out, and I did a fan dub of one of the characters from that chapter, Spampton. And that fan dub blew up because I did it like the day after the chapter released. Sorry. I have my moments.
He says sorry like a Canadian.
Not you two.
Sorry.
Down. Anyway, so Spampton, I did a fan dub of him the day after Deltarune Chapter 2 came out. Goose eventually saw it because it got like viral, and I didn't know she was cooking up this show, and I get approached by Glitch saying, "We liked your voice as Spampton, we want to cast you as Caine based off this fan dub you did." And so I'm like, okay, I'll audition. I see the thing, and I'm literally the voice match for Caine in the call sheet. So I'm just like, okay, I guess I better get this role then. So I auditioned, panicked for a few days without a response, kicking myself in hindsight that I didn't also audition for Kinger because I just freaking love Kinger, but Sean's irreplaceable in the role. And yeah, now here I am.
And you are perfect as Caine, also. My story is kind of similar to Alex's in a way, except I didn't do a fandom or anything. I've been friends with Gooseworks, the creator, since the Have Been pilot days back in 2019. And I worked with Goose on a cartoon called Darlie Boxman a while ago. And Goose has wanted to work with me a lot, just because we're friends. And she messaged me a few months before the auditions ever came out for Digital Circus and said, "Hey Michael, I'm currently in production working on a little something, and I've got you in mind for a character. Can you do a voice similar to Raggedy Andy from Raggedy Ann and Andy: A Musical Adventure?" And I said, "I can try. I mean, it probably won't be exact, but I can match the, I can match the energy." And she's like, "Oh, it doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, just kind of match it." And then a few months later, I got the sides from Glitch, and I saw the character Jax, and I saw that it said Raggedy Andy, and I also saw the characters' designs, and I was like, "Oh, this is made by my friend Goose." And so I immediately recognized, "Oh, this is the thing Goose has been working on. Oh, this is the Raggedy Andy impersonation she wants me to do. I'm going to probably voice Jax. I should put all my eggs into this basket." And so I auditioned for Jax. I did also audition for Caine and Bloink Queen and Bubble, but that's about it. I had a feeling I'd end up with Jax, though, just because Goose wanted me to voice Jax.
I think it would have been really funny if you put all your eggs in the Jack's basket and she was like, I wanted you to do Ragatha. Why didn't you audition for Ragatha? I said Raggedy Ann and Abe. Mike.
Dude, I wish I auditioned for Kinger. I did not read for Kinger, but also Sean is perfect.
Oh.
Sean's perfect.
We did eventually get to hear your rendition of Bubble in our fully
in the
voiced
visual novel fandom.
novel. We did a fully voiced stream of Queen's visual novel of episode 1, and we had you play Bubble, and Sean was the Gloink Queen.
Sean's Gloink Queen was so unhinged in it. I love Sean. I wish he were here, you guys. He's so cool. And Lizzie and Ashley. I miss our friends. I miss my friends, Caine.
I miss my friends. I miss the whole lot. This is why I'm kicking myself that I didn't also audition for Kinger, because...
Yeah, but you wouldn't have come up with that voice without
exactly,
Sean.
I would not have.
And also, come on, sweetheart. Nobody can do Caine like you.
So, obviously, the Amazing Digital Circus is a huge part of why you all are here, but what's something that you're watching that isn't the Amazing Digital Circus?
Something I'm watching?
Yeah, what's your, I got nothing else today, let me just put this on and escape.
A bunch of K-dramas, bro.
Nice.
Like a lot. So I don't watch stuff. I play video games on my off time.
Oh, okay, what do you...
I've been playing Zenless Zone Zero.
Oh, okay.
I voiced a character in it, so it's a little bit of a cheat, but I'm saving up for someone else's character right now, so I'm playing it for normal gamer reasons.
Love it. Love it.
It's great.
I mean, I can't think of something I've watched recently, but like Marissa, I've also been doing a lot of video game stuff lately, and going back to Deltarune, chapters 3 and 4 just came out, so I have been deep into that. And when I get home, I have a few characters from 3 and 4 that I would like to do some more fandubs of.
Back to your roots, that's right.
I'm incredibly boring. I'm also watching exactly nothing.
Guys, when do you think we have time to do this?
Oh, I don't know.
We do conventions, we get home, we're like, wow, I'm dead. I'm going to just chill and exist.
Absolutely nothing today.
If we're talking about games,
Ooh, yeah.
games.
Games.
There's a game that I have been playing because it's a game that I made and I've been working on it. It comes out next week.
Plug.
If you guys have heard of a little thing called Date Everything. The demo is out on Steam right now and it releases next week. So, if anybody is interested in playing the most unhinged dating sim you've ever seen in the entire world, on which I play a really mean rubber duck.
Sold.
Who's gonna tell you to duck off? I highly recommend it. It's on all platforms.
If you want additional reason to play it, it releases on my 30th birthday. Do
And
it
that's
for
the
me.
best
Do it for me. My birthday wish. Play everything.
I love you so much, man.
Love it. All right, I know you all are itching. You all have questions. We've got two of our amazing worker bees out here with microphones. So if you've got a question, shoot your hand up into the air right now as quick as you can. All right, and they're gonna go and figure out who raised their hand first. That's not my job.
I also didn't pay attention.
Yeah.
Before we get too close into questions, I want to remind everybody that this is a PG-13 event.
Yeah.
There are children in the audience, so please keep your questions appropriate.
I will also tell you guys, just so you know ahead of time so we don't waste anyone's time, if you're asking us for spoilers about episode 5 or any of the rest of the series, we're gonna smile at you like this and go, I guess we'll find out.
That's when the yes or no questions come up again.
Yes. What was that?
Her tragedy mask?
Yeah, what happens when a tragedy?
What happens when Gangle's tragedy mask breaks?
Ooh.
I should hope that it's not breakable, first of all. That's her face. If it does break, hopefully she's fine. Hopefully she can just replace it with something else.
Gangle, don't worry, we'll put you back together. Caine, can we fix this?
Yeah, just Caine will fix those.
Hopefully it can't break.
I can't let
I
anybody
don't
die.
know for sure.
Not that it's possible.
Well,
We have a
it's
question over
possible.
here. Oh, she's done it! She's done it!
I would also love if it broke and there was an
You're not
angry
Pomni.
mask underneath. I'd be into that.
Someone do fan art of that immediately.
Ooh.
And I've already decided that Angry Gangle is a New Yorker.
All right, we got a question right over here. Go ahead, kiddo.
Aside from your character, who's your favorite character in Amazing Digital Circus?
Jax.
Quick, just boom.
All of them, you can't ask me to pick. Every single one of my friends has equal. No, and it's not a cop-out answer because it's a real answer. They are all my favorites for different reasons. Each one of you does something so incredibly unique with these characters. Every time it's your scene, or your scene, or your scene, the stuff that you guys put into your performances, you make me love you even more somehow every time. It's a real answer.
Okay, but then I'm gonna counter you. If you have to pick one, who are you gonna kiss?
All of them. At the same time.
Thank you!
The objective best character in Digital Circus is Orbs Man. But my favorite is Caine.
My favorite is Caine. I love Caine. He's such a funny guy. He's just a funny little guy. I love him. Bubbles a good contender too, though. Bubbles goated. Bubbles really, really funny.
That's the translate.
Can you guys also keep your hands up if you want this side too? Because it looks like
It's a
that's good with this side.
test of endurance.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Shelly. Right down here in the front, or wherever. Wherever you're
Somebody
running
really
to
wanted
next.
to ask a question
Yeah,
over here.
wherever you're running to next, that's where you're supposed to be. Oh, get.
Having trouble figuring out who.
Perfect, nailed it. Go ahead, kiddo.
What? Other than the main characters, like the side characters, what's your favorite side character?
Martha.
Quick. What?
Oh, really, honey?
Isn't she freaking amazing, you guys?
I also voice Martha. Gummy Goo.
The lads, Max and Chad.
You've said all of them. We got, you know what? Ghostly is a cutie patootie. And also, I do suck up Ghostly in the vacuum, so, you know, I got a special bond with Ghostly. And also Wiz.
Wiz
We
is
got
so
us- Wiz is such a sweetheart. Wiz is...
in London.
It was...
UK UK.
It was the UK. We met Wiz, the voice of Ghostly in the UK. It was so sweet. I've got a funny story about Wiz actually. We went to a chicken restaurant and we got ice. Me and Wiz got ice cream, and yeah, I got a huge brain freeze, and I remember I didn't tell anybody. I just walked off. I just randomly walked away from the table and paced around for like 5 minutes. Came back and like I didn't say anything, but I got a huge brain freeze from that ice cream. Wiz was like, "Oh, let me get some ice cream and try." And so he grabbed ice cream, took a big bite, and was like, "Oh,
That's
oh my god!"
like deceptively cold.
It was deceptively cold.
Why did he do that?
He's like, "Oh my god, I gotta walk." And so he went to the restroom and he was gone for 10 minutes.
I'm sure literally the only reason I wouldn't have gotten a brain freeze was because I knew to pace myself because you guys like had such a bad time with that.
It's like you put a spell on him. You were like, oh, don't do what I did.
No, he took the risk. He was like, "I gotta do it." It was fun though. Wiz is great, and Ghostly's awesome.
Love it. So I had a should have stayed in school moment just now. Why don't we do this? Instead of you all watching your fingers go numb from lack of blood flow to the extremities, maybe we have one of our moderators stand over here, one of them over there, and then we'll form lines. Oh yes, lines.
There we go.
Everybody loves lines.
Now we're talking.
Stay in school, kids.
I know I'm short, but I'm right
Go
here.
stand in a line.
If we're
Stay in drugs. Don't do school.
is that too close? All right, we'll find out.
I'll just point this.
Okay.
Please wrap around the chairs, not in front of the chairs on this side, because we want to make sure everybody can see.
Perfect. Look at that.
Also remember to brush your face and eat
Yes.
your teeth.
Yes.
Ooh, good reminder.
For a second, I didn't get that it was a bit, and I was like, did I not do that this morning?
All right, let's come over here.
Where's
Yep.
my face?
Do you have any advice for voice actors in indie animation specifically?
So there's a great Discord server that I recommend you join. It's called Voice Acting Club. It's really, really good. All the up-and-coming voice actors are there. They are sharing auditions in there. So anytime anyone's doing like a student film, indie animated pilot or something, those auditions will probably show up in Voice Acting Club. Join there, make some friends. They will be your colleagues in the future. And it's run by Kira Buckland, so it's run very professionally.
That's exactly what I would say. Do exactly that. If you need to know how to find it, how to get to this Discord server, www.voiceactingclub.com. The link is on that website. You will find it. Everything you need is there.
Amazing.
And if you can't find a path, I would also recommend making one. Put your stuff in there, like make fan dubs like I did, YouTube videos, comic dubs, like funny little voice challenging things. There are a lot of different ways to put your voice and your talent, your art out there into the world. You got YouTube, Twitter, even though I don't recommend that one, Blue Sky, Instagram. Just share your work. People will eventually notice if it is good, and once you've got like a specific niche that you are specifically very good at, people will know to contact you for it.
Amazing.
They've shared all the good answers, exactly what they said. VoiceActingClub.com, fantastic resource. And again, we're in a great era where obviously everybody has access to a computer and microphones are way more affordable. You can start from home and just make friends in the community and just make your own stuff to start with. That's a really good place to really begin. Highly recommend.
Amazing. Great question.
Going back to episode 1, we all got to see what Kaufmo looked like, but what do you imagine he sounded like, or who can you picture voicing him?
Jack Black.
No! I stand firm. No!
I agree with you, but it's still a funny answer. Just let me be a goofy guy.
I want Weird Al to be Kaufmo.
Come on. That would be okay.
I've always like imagined Kaufmo just kind of having a very deep and dreary almost voice, like
the clown in Toy Story 3.
Like, hey, what's up, Kaufmo?
Great question.
Does Caine love all of his NPCs he creates, or does he just not care about them because the Gummy Goo thing when he poofs him? Does he does he actually care about them, or is he just like there?
I mean, I think he makes them with a lot of thought and passion. But if like he needs to prioritize like the safety and well-being of humans, he'd snap them out of existence in a heartbeat. Although we'll have to wait and see.
There it is.
Spoilers.
Perfect.
Rubber duck, rubber duck, rubber duck, rubber duck, rubber duck.
Yes, correct. I have a question for you, Michael. When you do Jax, I think you might have already had this question before at Con. Do you grit your teeth when you do wands?
No. I don't know why that rumor started. My mouth is wide open as I'm talking as Jax.
Yeah, I
don't
think
know
it's
if
the
you can
character
see.
design.
Because if I talk with my teeth clenched, it would sound like this, and that doesn't sound very good, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No, I have my mouth open. I cannot physically talk if I clench my teeth.
Nasty internet rumors.
It's like you'd be talking, trying to look like Mr. Beast.
Who is your least favorite Digital Circus character? Mine personally has to be Caine or Caine.
Whoa, whoa! Shots fired!
Those are fighting words.
Whoa.
Now hold on. What do you hate the most about him? His voice?
No, come on! For some reason, just him in general. I don't know. All vibes. I don't know.
You know what? You know what? I do understand what I think you're trying to say. All of the characters are supposed to represent things, right? And for all of us in our lives, there are things that clash with us for one reason or another, especially some of the traumas that these characters represent. It makes total sense, and no one said that your performance isn't amazing, because your performance is absolutely fantastic, and I love you so much. I love all of them. I don't have a least favorite. That would be hard. If, obviously not talking about performance, but just a character that you find like least appealing, least engaging. Man, I don't know, they're all so funny.
I have a really easy answer. The NPC that goes, look, it's the princess!
The one that knocks Gangle over?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I was gonna jokingly say Orbs Man, but who doesn't like Orbs Man?
I hate this guy.
I love that guy.
He's objectively the most important, best character in Digital Circus.
He is the main character. He is Mr. Digital Circus himself. Orbs Man. Thank you.
That was a thought-provoking question there.
I mean,
It did provoke them.
I don't really have a
Little Pony has a question for you.
What's your favorite fan-made song?
Ooh, your favorite
Happy
fan-made
Place.
song.
Digital hallucinations.
Yeah, if we're talking ones that we're in, it's Happy Place. I love Happy Place. It's so good. But if we're talking about ones that we didn't work on, that fans made exclusively by fans, there is a Gangle fan song called Wear the Mask. My longest solo ever. That's really good.
There's a lot of really good ones. I also really love Jack's Toy from Jake Neutron.
Get your Jack's Toy, get a little laugh, boy.
I also gotta go with Happy Place. Happy Place is so good.
Great question, kiddo. Great question.
I'll tell Zach.
You look so good. I love your Pomni outfit. You're so cute. Goodbye.
She's like, I'm not
I'll
looking
miss
back.
you.
I'm out.
She's
I'm
like, I
out.
can't look
I hope
back
you
at
come
you.
to see us.
There's parents back here. Let me just get back to my chair real quick before somebody steals it. Go ahead.
Oh, well, hello.
So, small questions. One is, what is the funniest item you have signed? And Amanda, could you twirl?
Twirl.
We'll
twirl,
start with the twirl.
Oh, they're coming down for
Oh,
this.
yeah, no.
We
We
need
got-
a wide amount of space.
Yes, we need it. Elegant.
We need you to
glamorous.
sashay.
They are beauty, they are
Sachet
grace,
wear.
they have button on their face.
What was the other part of your question? I could-
What is the weirdest item? Like,
Weirdest item.
Funniest,
Funniest, weirdest item that you have signed.
I A human body?
At my very first
We are
ever
pretty weird.
convention appearance in Florida, I had to sign preserved cat testicles.
It would be Florida. It would be Florida.
Yeah. It was in a jar, so I didn't sign them directly.
That is the most Florida answer I have ever heard in my goddamn life.
Be mindful of language.
Florida.
But yes.
Florida for the win.
Preserved cat testicles. Those-
I don't know if it's gonna get weirder than that.
Also,
but
bite
we
me.
can try.
Say the D word in Digital Circus at least once. You've heard it in episode 3.
Scolding.
Anyways, wow, I feel my face flushed.
Yeah, that's not what I was expecting.
very big reaction.
I mean, today I signed a Jax Plush's butt.
Yeah, and because you had taken the butt, I had to sign between the legs.
Oh my.
I gave him a mustache. It was funny. I've signed a lot of weird things, but I have ADHD, so because you asked me the question, they've all been deleted from my memory. I have signed a lot of trash out of people's pockets. They're like, I don't have anything for you to sign. Here's a receipt from 5 years ago. It's in my pocket. Could you sign that? I've signed like diner napkins.
Nice.
I got to sign a napkin at the Rainforest Cafe. That was pretty good. The lady was like, wait a second, I know you. And I was eating with friends and they were like, no way. No way. And I was like, no one ever recognizes me because I change my hair like every couple months. She was like, no, I know you. Sign this Rainforest Cafe napkin.
Yeah.
Today I also signed a cane. Like an actual...
A walking cane, yes. We love that. That's a good one.
I've never done that before.
I have multiple times. I'm gonna have to stop doing it. I can't go into Hot Topic without someone recognizing me. Maybe it's because I look like this. So I should stop wearing my own clothes outside anymore. But I have had to sign people at Hot Topic because they're like, could you sign me? And I'm like, I just wanted a T-shirt. I don't look good today. No one look at me.
I still think the preserved cat testicles is probably gonna take.
You think?
Yeah, that one's probably gonna be the weirdest.
I feel like your answer should have went last.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a mess up on our part.
Right.
Ain't nobody telling that.
All right, let's come over here. What do you got for us, kiddo?
What does the Jack's burger taste like?
Ooh.
Poor life choices.
Tastes like piss.
Excuse me? You're going off on me for saying damn, but then you drop that on us?
No, let's not argue in front of the children.
So, poor life choices.
I mean, it's
and,
purple. Maybe
you're-
like
All right,
blueberries.
yeah. Blueberries?
Tastes like lean. Because it's purple.
I think it tastes like emptiness.
Emptiness. Ooh, that's deep. That's deep.
It's literally just a bun.
A knot pocket. Bread. Just bread. Perfect. Let's come back over onto this side here. What do you got for us, kiddo?
As a person who, like, maybe in the future would want to be a voice actor, do you have any tips?
More
Exactly
tips.
what we said earlier. I'm not kidding. If anybody else is interested, this is for all of you. Go to voiceactingclub.com, join the Discord. It has everything that you're going to need. I can see you're so anxious to take it.
Yeah, well, I want to go since we gave the like how to get into it tips. Here's just like a general life voice acting tip. Consider not using your real name. I made a mistake using my real name. I really think it would be better if you came up with a stage name. Protect your privacy. Keep yourself safe. There are crazy people on the internet. You don't want them finding your address. You don't want them bothering your family members. Come up with a fun name, a name that you like, and use that as your acting name.
That's good advice.
That is a good point. Non-voice acting club related advice. If you are interested in being a voice actor, do not underestimate how important it is to act. A lot of people focus on doing impressions and making sounds and the things you can do with your voice. Obviously that's important, but it's all about acting. So get involved in local theater, take improv classes. Your cold reading skills, and that means reading something you've never seen before, is probably the strongest tool in your tool belt. So pick up a book, read it out loud in front of a crowd of people, and it doesn't matter how many times you stumble, just get through it. Practice, practice, practice.
That's good advice.
Best way I've heard it is 10% voice, 90% acting. Actually, even then, it's 100% acting, but just, you know, you're not in front of a camera. You gotta know how to act.
The voice is just the method of acting. Your acting is the most important thing. There are actors that do not feel the need to change their voice in any meaningful way. They just act, because that is what it is. Voice acting isn't necessarily about actually changing the quality of your voice. It's about acting with your voice. And you don't have to be a funny, you know, voices person to be a voice actor. You can just be a guy or a girl or anyone doing just acting with your voice. You don't have to think too hard into it. And I think too many people get lost in the idea of being like the next Mel Blanc or something.
Right.
And doing 100 voices. You don't have to do 100 voices. You can just act and have fun.
And I can kind of feel the energy. How important when you're first starting would the equipment be? Like if you're just getting into
Don't buy a bunch of expensive stuff. Save your money. This is a really expensive job to get into, which is ridiculous to say that you have to pay money for something you're trying to do to make money. I'll tell you right now, if you go and buy what you think is the coolest, best equipment, the stuff that all your friends are talking about, everyone thinks, oh, if I get that mic, I'm a voice actor, and you go put it in your bedroom that's not treated, your sound is going to be garbage. Bad. Don't focus on really expensive equipment. Get something that is budget friendly. Focus on making your space good. There's a difference between acoustic treatment and soundproofing, and you need both. You cannot just put foam on your walls and say, I did it. Focus on that stuff. But don't spend a bunch of money. Just save it for the acting.
Did you hear that, Mom and Dad? No matter how much they beg for that $600 microphone.
You can get a USB microphone, put it in your closet. Your clothes work as soundproofing and acoustic treatment.
I was literally just going to say that. My mic is not top of the line. It is an AT2020 XLR mic. It links to my computer, but otherwise, I record Digital Circus out of my literal closet.
Me too.
It's fully treated with like clothes that both me and my fiance have. It is it is a cramped, tight space, and it gets the job done perfectly enough for us to be on an Emmy-nominated show that is on Netflix. No one can tell the difference unless you're like really paying attention.
That's great advice. That was a great question.
You ready to answer questions?
Yeah. You ready, kiddo?
I have 2 questions. Is that okay?
You bet your buttons.
We'll allow it.
They're really quick, yeah.
So first, Michael, how do you think Kovach would act like near Jax?
Well, Kovach is basically just the personification of me that I use on the internet. So that would just be like asking if I were near Jax. And if I were near Jax, I'd probably be a little intimidated because he just seems very cold. And if I see someone that looks very cold, like if someone is mean mugging me from a distance, I will probably be like, okay, I'm not gonna talk to them. I'm not gonna interact. So I'd probably just avoid them.
Okay. And second, is there any Five Nights at Freddy's references you would want inside of Digital Circus?
Ooh.
I think the only FNAF character that would work is Lolbit. Yeah, I know all of their names. I was obsessed with the Rockafire explosion and the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics and their history, and so Five Nights at Freddy's fed into that, and so then I learned all the lore and I learned all their names. And Lolbit comes up on the computer, is electronics, so that's my answer.
And it's all of our answers.
Great question, kiddo. All right, let's come back over here. What's your question, bud?
In episode 4, what happened to Gangle's mask during episode 4?
She chucks it at the end. It's gone, baby. It's out of
I
there.
have one more question.
Yeah.
Jax. Other than your character, Jax, what other character did you play as in any other game?
In any other thing, like in general, I voiced N in Murder Drones. I voiced Rocky in Lackadaisy. I voiced Angel, the pilot for Hasbin Hotel. Doty the Doughman in Poppy Playtime. Lots of stuff. I voiced in a bunch of things. You can't escape me that easily.
Super busy. Always busy. Excellent. Let's come on right over here. Go ahead, kiddo.
What's your experience working on Fazbear and Friends?
We both. Technically, I think all of us can answer this because now we had that one episode.
Yeah, we did. Amazing. The team's great. Loved it. All of the people involved in this sphere are really talented and fun to work with.
I work with them the most because I voice like a 10 plus characters in Fazbear and Friends. Zach and Micah, the creators of that, so fun. I love them. They're awesome. They're some of my best friends. They're really cool. Always excited to get to collaborate with them. And obviously they're the same people that made Happy Place, the fan song we all really like. And they're just insanely talented people. Incredible talented people. And any chance we get to work with them is just a joy. Absolutely.
Fun fact, even though Gangle does appear in that one Fazbear and Friends episode, she has no lines, but I voiced Purple Girl for many, many years. That's my actual claim to fame in that bit.
You were Funtime Foxy.
For a while, I was Funtime Foxy.
Thank you.
Great question, kiddo. Thank you. Right over here.
What is your favorite line that's been recorded in the show so far, whether it's your character or somebody else's?
Favorite line of what's been released that we can talk about?
Yes, correct. Everything else doesn't exist. Ooh, stumper.
I honestly pick a scene that Sean's in, and it's whatever he says. Come on, man. They're so funny. Oh. Do you know how often we do that? The second we get together, we're like, oh, my friends. Oh. Yeah, the king or anything he says. He's hilarious.
I was gonna say, like... Oh, what?
They won!
Congratulations.
I mean, in terms of, like, dialogue, a few come to mind. I think most of what Kinger is saying to Pomni at the end of episode 3, I love. Like, genuinely good life advice. Another line that comes to mind as like a really well-written bit of dialogue between characters is Gangle saying, "Oh, Ragatha, I love her, but I forget the rest of the line, but like, you know what I mean."
I don't forget the rest of the line.
just that moment of like just brutal honesty I loved.
Anything Bubbles says is usually my favorite. Absolutely, the line that we quoted earlier,
No thanks, I'm trying to quit.
That's the best line.
it's the best delivery, too.
Great question, thank you. Right over here.
Let's do this as a skit, if that's okay. If your character were to get hugged by someone, how would they react?
Get away from me.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course I can. Oh, thank you so much.
Maybe, it depends on her mood, right? Comedy mask, I feel like she'd be like, oh, awesome, okay. Sad mask, I feel like she's just gonna start.
Great question, kiddo. Thank you. Right over here.
What is your favorite friendship duo in the...
Gangle and Zubul, Gangle and Zubul.
I was also going to say of strategy.
They're just genuinely the most healthy twosome in the show.
Upstairs in the second room, we have
Chad and Max, they're the best friends, dude. They're the best of friends. They're inseparable. You can't have one without the other.
Great question, thank you.
So a couple of questions. First, who is each of your characters, who do they hate the least?
Did we kind of already answer that a little bit?
Who does the character...
Like the characters themselves,
Again,
not like you.
your Gangle, it's clearly Zubul.
Yeah. Or likes the most.
Likes the most.
Ragatha likes everybody.
I feel like Caine would probably like Ragatha if only because she's the nicest.
I don't know, I kind of feel like Zubul is Caine's favorite.
Well, I mean...
Caine lets Zubul get away with all.
Why'd you take that away from me?
Say it!
Zubul's the one that Caine is trying to impress. if anything, he wants them to like him. So, I don't know, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna sit on maybe, like, Ragatha for that answer.
Good answer, good answer, good answer.
I feel like Jax, honestly, out of all of them, I think that he's probably leaning towards, like, liking Pomni maybe the most right now, just because they're the only one that's, like, new that doesn't know Jax and have history with them. So it's kind of like, you know, hey, especially in the fast food episode when he's just at his wit's end, he's just like, how you doing? You know, just the fact that he went to Pomni to kind of feel like, what's going on? How are you doing? I feel like maybe there's something there where he's like trying to kind of develop a friendship or something because no one else likes him, obviously, at this point. So I don't know. It's tough for Jax though because nobody likes him. So
how long till he completely
also
isolates himself?
That's the question.
Also, the other question is, who would win in a fist fight, Jax or Angel Dust?
Oh. Angel's got 4 up to 6 fists, so I think the answer is obvious.
Perfect. Right over here. Go ahead, kiddo.
Now I just want to see Jax in the Peter Griffin pose.
Somebody draw that. Somebody draw it.
What inspired you to join Amazing Digital Circus?
What inspired you?
We answered that already. I wanted to be in indie animation, and this is the one that hired me.
Perfect. Great, thanks, kiddo.
I wanted to work with my friend Goose.
I just enjoy acting.
Okay, so if you were face to face with each of your characters, what is one thing you would ask them?
Ooh.
Girl, what is your problem? Are you okay?
Girl, what is your problem?
I'm scared.
Is that a question?
Do you brush your teeth?
I'm scared. Love it. Fantastic. Great question. Thank you.
Wash your face, eat your teeth, stay in drugs, don't do school.
I got a question for Alex.
Yo.
Why'd you get rid of Gummy Goo? Why'd you do that?
I mean, I personally didn't.
Good answer.
It was a question for mainly Caine.
I mean, he said why. He doesn't want to confuse humans and NPCs. He didn't do that out of any malice, even as much as I love rubbing it in.
Perfect. Thank you. Right over here.
Hi, first off I want to say I really love all of your work. But my question is, sorry, I'm thinking. Any of your other characters that you play in Amazing Digital Circus, who do you think would react the best?
What?
To being in circus?
The question was, who of your other characters, not from Digital Circus, would react the best to being dropped into that universe?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I voiced the main character in an anime called Kuma 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 Bear. She gets teleported into a VR game. She totally loses touch with her original life, and she just goes, okay, cool, and just starts making pizza. She's great.
I play a kid on Hero Inside called Timo, and
he's kind of a little jerk. He's a bit of a bully, and I think he would love it in the circus. I think him and Jack would get along.
I mean, I'm not in too much that I can reveal right now, but I would say that if Pianosaurus from Poppy Playtime was dropped into Digital Circus, he'd fit right in, but he would probably instinctually stay the hell away from Jax. For some reason, #Justice for Pianosaurus.
That's a really great question for me also, because I feel like I'd have to go with Alex as far as Poppy Playtime. Maybe Doey would have fun in the circus. I don't know. But also Doey
would really stay away.
But also Doey would be sad because he has to protect his friends in the safe haven. So I don't know. Maybe he would. I think N would also be fine, probably. It's too bright for him, though. He can't survive in sunlight, so he'd die. So, kind of a miserable situation for both of them. I don't know. I guess out of all, who would take it best? Probably Doey the Dough Man, I feel like.
You do have the sun in Digital Circus, though.
Yeah.
So I feel like N would be able to survive, just, you know, Oh, he dies in sunlight.
He dies in sunlight. He needs to be in the moon. If he's in
I need to
light,
rewatch
he's a
Mother
vampire.
Dragons.
He's a vampire.
Right. Wow.
Great question. Let's come right
I
back
hope
over
the
here.
higher ups at Glitch are not watching this because I am doing them such a disservice. Hi Kevin. Hi Luke. Hi Jasmine.
Go ahead, kiddo.
Did Jax ever wanted to marry or date Pomni?
That is a very loaded question.
Well, they just met, right? So
They certainly did just meet.
if that was gonna happen, it would be way down the line. Don't marry someone you just met. It's a bad idea.
You gotta wait till the end of the show when they have their passionate makeout session. No, don't worry.
No romance in the show is canon. It never was and it
Goose?
never will be. It's all just stuff that you guys like to do, and we love that, and that's awesome. Keep doing that. It's not canon though.
Goose made a public statement, I believe, saying there is no actual romance in the show.
romance.
So
100% all platonic. Everything that you're reading into. Love you guys.
however, you are allowed to have your fun theories and chips as much as you like, so long as you're not hurting anyone.
Correct. The only canonical ship is Kinger and Queen.
And we love that. And we love them.
All right, let's come right back over here.
If you could voice any character from any media you've consumed, who would it be?
Ooh.
I would love to voice Rouge the Bat one day.
Oh, you
From
rock
Sonic.
that. Yeah.
She's real sexy.
I played the 5th.
I don't know. Someone like Shepard from Mass Effect.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy that like takes someone's role that already exists, but I will say a franchise. I'm with Marissa on this. Sonic the Hedgehog is such a pivotal thing for me growing up. I want to be a part of that universe in some capacity. I can't pick a character though.
Love it.
I mean, I can think of franchises I'd love to be a part of. I mean, I like voicing horror protagonists apart from my wacky gremlin archetype. Like, if I was in a Resident Evil game, that would be awesome. I'd love to be in Metroid, most of all, though.
Yeah.
That is my favorite video game series. I did a fan dub of the main antagonist of Metroid Dread a while ago.
Perfect. Great question, kiddo. Thank you. Right over here.
Why is Jack so mean to everyone?
Great question.
I don't know. Guess we'll see.
Michael.
No.
No.
We're back to yes or no answers. No. You know, you'll have to wait and see.
Perfect. There it is.
Maybe there's an unspoken reason for these things. I don't know.
Or maybe he just sucks.
Or maybe he just sucks, you know.
Thank you for the question. Right back over here. Go ahead.
Hi. You guys are incredible, first of all.
No, you.
My question is kind of a weird one. What do you think would be your character's ideal adventure? Like, the one they most want to go on, or in Caine's case, the one he'd most want to create?
Like a visual novel where she gets to kiss anime boys, probably.
Just a nice day where everyone's hanging out and having a good time, maybe playing board games together.
Whatever adventure's going to make everybody happy, please like me.
I want to massacre every single person in the circus for fun.
And profits.
Perfect.
For profit.
Thank you for the question. Thank you so much. Right over here.
Can you each say you parasite in your characters' voices?
Starting from here.
Well, no, he doesn't need that. He doesn't need it.
You parasite!
The OG.
You parasite!
Oh, that's so mean. Why would I call someone a parasite? No, I don't. No, I'm not gonna say that.
Pretend it's Jax.
You parasite.
You parasite.
Excellent. Thank you.
Another little Pomni.
Right over
Voice
here.
gives me life.
If you were in the Amazing Digital Circus, like what would you do?
What would you do?
Abstract immediately, probably. My mental health is not good on a good day. In the digital circus, done immediately.
Heike, I think I would have fun for at least a while. Going on adventures, having Caine be able to conjure literally anything I want, I'd be like, sick. That's great. And eventually it would get to me, but I think for a little while I would be having a good time.
I think I'd probably be like, I'd start out like Ragatha, just be in total denial that I have any bad feelings about anything. And then I'd slowly just devolve slowly into Pomni as like the anxiety and existential dread sinks in.
I'd go to sleep. I'd go to sleep.
Perfect. Also, I'd miss my wife, so a bit of Kinger.
I'd go to sleep and then I'd wake up and be like, okay, this is my life now. And then I'd probably just sleep some more until I'm like, okay, can I eat something? What can I do here? I don't know.
Fantastic. Thank you for the question, kiddo. Right over here.
Okay, I have 2 questions. So, what are your unpopular opinions about the digital circus? That you're allowed to say.
That it sucks. No, I'm joking. I love Digital Circus. You know, come back to me. I don't know.
My unpopular opinion is, I can understand why somebody would hate Caine.
Yeah.
He's kind of annoying on purpose. He's funny, but like, he's a very exuberant type of personality. He steps all over people's boundaries, and like, I mean, I love him, but sometimes you just gotta look at him and say, dude, what are you thinking?
I can't say, because all of the reasons that I think the things I want to tell you, I can't talk to you about.
I have an unpopular opinion. Well, so no ships are canon, all right? But I have a ship, and it's probably one of the most unpopular ships that exists. It's Ribbon. It's Jax and Gangle. I think it's funny that they hate each other so much. But that's not a very popular opinion. People think ships have to be happy and wholesome. I like when they kill each other. Enemies to lovers.
Is that not a popular ship?
No, it's popular, but it causes a lot of discourse. You understand? There's a lot of fighting.
There's a lot of fighting in Bunny Doll, but we love that too.
I mean, honestly, both Bunny Doll and Ribbon, I can honestly get behind.
Love Bunny Doll, love Bud Blossom.
I like them both. They're cool. I don't hate any ship that I've seen unless it's like really, you know, really weird. But the main cast of Digital Circus, they're all fine. They're all legal. They're all completely good.
Yeah, it's all fine.
It's all fine in Digital Circus at least.
Here's the thing, shipping is an outside the canon thing for fun. So let's just have fun. That's my unpopular opinion. Shipping is just for fun.
There's maybe one ship that I genuinely do not like.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You enjoy what you enjoy.
Thank you for. Okay. Oh, again, you have one more, real quick.
And Michael, what do you think would happen if serial designation N and Jax were to meet?
I think I answered this earlier, but I feel like N would. Well, actually, I've done this on stream a few times where N thinks every animal is a dog, and so it's like, I like your dog avatar. It's like, I'm not a dog, I'm a rabbit. What's a rabbit? You're just a weird-looking dog. And I like that idea that he would just constantly call him a dog, and Jack's just like, I don't got time for this.
Fantastic. Thank you for the question. Right back over here. Go ahead, kiddo.
If Caine died, what do you think would happen to the circus?
Ooh.
I mean, I don't know, I guess the whole program just crashes.
Either it crashes or it would just be left to languish and with no updates forever.
So crash eventually.
No adventures. Call it in. Pack it home.
Like reboot?
So sad.
Oof.
I don't know reboot, but I do like the idea of it kind of like languishing. That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Make it a liminal space.
Great question. Thank you, kiddo. Right back over here.
Okay, so
In your Digital Circus character voices, what has to be your favorite line, and can you say them? The ones that are out.
Are you smiling? Why not?
What do you think of
Be quiet. I can't hear the escalator.
I wish someone would flirt with me.
I lied. My favorite is, you can shut up now.
Perfect. Thank you. Right back over here.
I have two questions for you guys. One is for Michael. Michael, can you say anything?
Can you hold the mic up just a little bit, kiddo? Thank you.
Can you say anything in the end voice?
Anything!
And
Nailed it.
what are all of you guys' canon ages? Like,
Well, in the show, I believe Goose gave us canon ages. I know Jax is like 22, I think.
Yeah, Gangle is 26, I believe. Ragatha's 30. And we don't know about Caine.
Caine's an AI.
A mystery.
I prefer to think he was born yesterday.
Great questions. Thank you. Right back over here.
I kind of have two of them.
Okay.
One of them in your own voices. What would you guys say if Jax was actively being kidnapped? Like someone was dragging him away.
Stop. Oh no, please. He's our precious baby. Don't take him away. What are we going to do? Call the police.
Nailed it.
Excuse me, that's mine.
Congratulations! You have all saved Jax. Your prize is having to have him by your side for all eternity!
Hooray!
And my second one is, what would you all say if Jax was actively kidnapping someone? Like a random person?
Man, I don't know this guy. Call the police.
Wait, stop! He's taking somebody! Somebody help! Somebody call the police!
Perfect.
That's a child!
I am the police.
I'm currently in the act of kidnapping someone. I don't know who they are, but... Yeah!
Thank you, kid. Right over here.
Marissa, can you say something in the Google voice?
Yes.
Yeah, I sure can. What do you want me to say? You want me to say hi? Hi.
Perfect. Right back over here.
So I have two questions. The first one is, have you guys picked up any like habits from your characters?
I think it's a little more likely that our characters pick up habits from us. Like, a lot. I don't know. I mean, so many of my mannerisms, they come out in your performance as an actor. A lot of the things that you guys hear Ragatha doing, because I'm a goofy guy.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever picked up anything from Gangle, but Gangle's crying voice is just my crying voice. That's just real. That's me. She is embodied in me.
I have gotten very good at drawing a single specific bead.
I don't think I've taken anything from Jax because Jax and I are polar opposites.
And then my second one is, what has been your favorite thing to sign?
What's your favorite thing that you've signed?
Christopher
Yeah.
So, I did a fan dub of a video game called In Stars in Time.
Okay.
It is my favorite video game of all time now. And people have been bringing me the character that I voiced in the fan dub to sign, and I'm really tickled by that. I really love that. Even though I'm not the official voice, it's nice. It's really nice.
I've signed a lot of things. I've signed a lot of pride flags. There's one pride flag in particular, and I'll sign all of them. There's one pride in particular, the very first young teenager who came to me and said that because they saw the way that I talked openly about being queer, that they came out to their parents and they were loved and fully accepted, and they brought me their pride flag, and signing that I cried.
Amazing.
I'm gonna be real, I've memory hold this. like signing art. I remember someone had me sign a case for a video game that was specifically meant for me because of the old videos I made on YouTube. So that was a nice little throwback.
Nice. And then cat testicles.
I already said it. Preserve cat testicles. There's nothing's gonna top it.
Nothing. No. It's equally the weirdest and the best. All right, right back over here. We got time for maybe 2 more questions.
Hi, sorry, me again. I have a question for you guys. What do you think of the Jax as an NPC theory? Without any spoilers in case this is debunked or something in a later episode.
The thing is Goose gave Jax a canon age, and she hasn't given that to any character that is an NPC. So
He's gotta be human.
I have absolute faith that Jax is a person because I don't. And also, Kinger and like, you know, Kinger was one of the first people there. Like, been there forever. I feel like even if he's forgetful, he would have probably known if Jax was an NPC. Well, maybe not. He's pretty forgetful. Actually, that is true. Who knows? But I just, the age thing just kind of cements to me the fact that Jax is probably a person.
I don't think so.
All right, real quick.
What's been your favorite meme of the Amazing Digital Circus?
Your favorite meme?
She has 2 hands.
Welcome back, my skibbity sigmas.
We're adventuring a bank, Pomni. Keep up.
I gotta go with the Skibbity Sigmas one. It's so stupid.
Love it. All right, and I'm gonna have the last one, real quick. One word, because we're at a nerd convention and we're all nerds and we love nerds, and there are a lot of amazing dice makers here. If your character was playing Dungeons and Dragons, what's their class?
Caine would be the DM.
Gangle, maybe some kind of healer, like a cleric?
Yeah.
I can see Gangle being a druid.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Ragatha would be a barbarian.
You gotta answer this for me, Alex. I don't know anything about D&D.
Jax, indisputably, in my mind, would be a rogue.
Yeah, that tracks. That tracks. All right, hey, let's give it up one more time for the Amazing Digital Circus!